Okay, so hello, my name is Eric Zander. I'm a student at Dunn Elementary for the 2018-2019 school year, and I will be presenting my 5th grade defense. So first off, we'll talk about my MAP scores and my growth in 5th grade. I came from a school in Florida called Coral Cove, so I had to grow to adapt to the environment in Dunn Elementary. And my MAP scores in the fall was 225. But then once I've grown to learn the things in Dunn Elementary, my MAP scores went up to a 236, which is an 11-point jump going from proficient to a distinguished. Also, I have many goals for 5th grade school year and to go into middle school. One of my many goals for going into Dunn Elementary was to make friends, be more social, and I will still have that same goal going on into middle school and for many years to come. First, let's talk about my first artifact, the Southeast Native American Region Project. This shows that I'm an effective communicator, globally and culturally competent citizen, and a productive collaborator. First, it shows that I'm an effective communicator because I had to effectively communicate with a group of 5 other girls, and it's hard to get your word through when there's so many people trying to do some of the exact same things and with so many different ideas. For many slides, we had to negotiate on what we're going to put on them and what everyone was going to say for each slide. This also shows that I am a globally and culturally competent citizen because I had to learn about the culture of the Native Americans that lived in this region, and even though I don't have the same cultures and I don't know if the cultures are still alive today, I still respected them and I enjoyed learning about the different cultures they had and the different things that they did. And this shows that I'm a productive collaborator because I had to collaborate with a group of 5 girls, and as I said previously, it was hard to get your word through, and sometimes you just had to stand up for yourself to get what you want done. And this is my second artifact. This is my math project, which was if we were going to St. Louis or Gatlinburg. Sadly, we're going to St. Louis. I would have way rather had us going to Gatlinburg. So this shows that I am a prepared and resilient learner because me and my partner, Emma Bell, we had to do the math many times, many redos, especially for the gas. So we did it once, we showed our teacher. She said that it was a different answer, so we had to go ahead and do the math again and again and again for about 2 weeks until we finally got the project finished and we got a good grade in the end. Even though it was very hard, we stayed resilient and we worked through it. And here's my third artifact, my How Schools Should Change opinion piece. This shows that I'm an emerging innovator because even though I am just a 5th grade student, I can look at the problems of my school and the schools that I've been to, and I can see those problems and I can find ways to fix them. Even if my ways won't be used currently, maybe they'll be used in the future, maybe they won't be used at all, and maybe we'll find other ways to improve schools, but I will still be glad that I made an impact and that I could write this opinion piece about how our schools should change. So here is my last slide. This is my compassion slide. I was very compassionate during the school year because I did many different things. First, I did buddies with my friend Reed. We had to share a buddy, and if you notice, she would get stressed very easily. She put her hands on top of her face. She'd get very nervous, and we had to just stop and wait a second for it to cool down, and then we could keep working. It was something difficult to work through, but we still worked through it, and she did amazing work, and we taught her so many things during the school year. And we also did our compassion bingo, where me and my friend Reed, we would go outside and spend our time that we could be spending outside, walking around the track. We would take a pad of sticky notes, a pencil, and a piece of tape, and we would go ahead and we would tape nice sticky notes to everyone's locker. Even if we didn't know what they were going through, we didn't know if they were having a good day, a bad day, we just wrote nice notes on all of their lockers. Even if they're having an amazing time or the worst time they could possibly be having that day, it was still nice to know that we could have put a smile on a kid's face. And that is the end of my presentation. Now it's time for anyone who has any questions. Dr. Barber?
What about school would you change? When you talked about one of your artifact pieces being how schools should look different, what would you change about schools?
And there are many things I would change, but some things that I would change was the grading system. A lot of kids believe that if they get bad grades, they're not smart, they're not intelligent, and they generally don't know much. but really it's just one aspect that we're looking at. We're looking at a math aspect, and maybe if you have more time to do it, maybe if you can do it on your own hands, you would be better at it. Maybe if it was more slowed down and at your pace, you would be better at it. Maybe for some kids, if it was quicker, you would be better at it and you would actually learn more from it.
Thank you. So when you think about our signature backpack skill of compassion, how would you take those compassionate skills that you have applied this year to your middle school?
I would apply that by me being a shy person, timid person. I have my guard up all the time and I say very certain things and I'm always worried that I mess up. I will use those skills, so even if I'm afraid that I might mess up, I'll make sure that other kids aren't afraid that they mess up. I'll make sure that other kids do the right thing, they do the kind thing, and they do selfless acts. They don't do it just for the fame, they don't do it just for being kind, they do it just because it's not something they will have any input and nothing will be gained on their side. It's that they will have see other kids gain from it. I would see other kids gain from my acts, not just seeing myself gain from those acts.
My name is Leanne Martin, and I'm a student at Dunn Elementary School, and this is my 5th grade defense. Prepared and resilient learner. I made a lot of growth in math from fall to winter. I like math because I'm good at multiplication. We start with a problem and we do it on our own, and I like that. I also work on Study Island and in a math group. And a math intervention group with my resource teacher. Effective communicator. This is my perspective. I shared the life experience of a redcoat soldier during the American Revolution. I like drawing and writing about the person's life using this visualization. Effective collaborator and emerging innovator. For effective collaborator, me and these boys, we collaborated together of making a video about bus safety, and it's for emerging innovator. We was working on it like very, very hard. We took up like how we go outside for the track walking. We took up that time to make that video.
Oh,
Is he playing it over?
Hey, this is BS. We're going to talk to you a little bit about bus safety. And it goes a little bit like this. Okay, yeah. Put yourself in the seat. Let's make everything complete. Number one is to keep your feet out.
Make your put your smile. Keep your hands to yourself.
So no one can get hurt. Never be a bully or your feelings will get hurt. Yeah. And when you're in the bus, make sure you do not touch.
Okay, that's all we got for this bus safety video, Jesse. See you next time.
Bye.
Okay, so that was the video. And now next to the other side. Globally and culturally competent citizen. My team did a Google slide presentation to show our research on the southwest region of the United States. No, don't click on that. There's nothing for that. Okay, compassion. My friend and I helped our buddy by reading with him. I also help kids that are having a hard time focusing or that are angry. So that's my presentation.
So I have a question for you. So when you think about the bus safety video that you made, how do you think that you offered suggestions like keep your feet in the aisle? You made a rap. You wrote lyrics for a rap. Keep your feet in the aisle. say hi and good morning to your bus driver to make them smile. How do you think, did you help anybody over the school year, with those skills on the bus that you ride?
Yes.
Can you give an example or talk about that?
I think it was last year. I helped someone because like they had a fight. It was two little kids, and like I did break it up, but I talked to one of them and told them like if they made you mad, don't take it out on them and just calm down, or just tell the bus driver or anything.
Hi, my name is Hadley Jerking, and this is my 5th grade defense for the 2018-19 year. First, I'm going to talk about my MAP scores. This shows that I am a prepared and resilient learner because I set many goals to try and get my scores to where I want them to be so that I am in the distinguished range. My focus area this year was geometry, which worked out nicely because I am currently studying that in math class. I also do Study Island to keep my scores up. My reading MAP scores also show I'm a prepared and resilient learner because I also set goals for that so that I could stay in the distinguished range. I had 2 focus areas this year. One was vocabulary and the other was literary text, key ideas and details, which also works out nicely because I am currently studying this. I also do Study Island to keep my scores up. For my backpack skill, I was an emerging innovator and effective communicator. For my Enrichment Genius Hour project, I did a mix-it-up day at lunch where kids could sit next to different people and meet new people to bring our school together. I also did a survey to ask the teachers on what they thought about the day and what I could improve and what they thought was good. Yes. And then these are some of the questions. What did you like about it? And then what could I do to improve it? And then I asked them if they thought we should do another mix-it-up day. And how many should we do in a school year? And then I had them include any other thoughts. And I put up at the top that no matter what they say, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I was just looking for ways to improve my day. And then I also wrote an article for the Dolphin Splash to communicate with the parents, so that they know what the day is and how they can prepare their student for it. And then some results of the survey. Many of the teachers said that we should do another one, and the most common answer for how many should we do in a school year is once each grading period. And then many thought that it was difficult to mix up the students before the lunch day, and I had them do that so that they could meet new people that are not just in their classroom. And then they liked it because students got to meet new people and they enjoyed meeting new people. And then one suggestion was to make it a week-long idea instead of having all the grades do it on one lunch day. So one grade would do it on each day of the week. And then the Mix It Up at Lunch Day also showed that I was compassionate, and I also was a productive collaborator because I worked with many people like Miss Slusher, Miss KK, and Miss Watkins to make the day come to life. And I wanted to make sure kids that maybe didn't have friends to sit with at lunch or didn't know many people have friends to sit with and play outside and stuff. And then my opinion piece shows that I'm a globally and culturally competent citizen because I did it on should softball be a pro sport, and softball is an international sport and it's played all around the world. Also, one of the problems in my piece was that girls aren't being recognized for their talent, and that is also a global problem. And then you can click now. it, and you can just slowly scroll down and see. You can click it again. So I was an athlete as a prepared and resilient learner this year because I set a goal for myself in cross country to get a medal at every race, and that normally meant top 20. And I just kept practicing and practicing as hard as I could to reach that goal, and I did. And I also liked it because I got to do it with my family and have my dad as my coach and my siblings as my teammates. I also made the national team with my 3K time, and my national team won first at nationals. Now that I've shown you I am 6th grade ready, do you guys have any questions?
I have a question. So when you think about your mix it up day, can you talk to us about like what was your initial purpose? How did you get the idea? Why did you think it was so important? What was your initial thinking about it?
I've seen kids at lunch that just sit by themselves and don't really talk to people. So I wanted to bring our school together and make sure that no kids felt left out or felt like they didn't have a friend to sit with.
So when you think about those skills that you're talking about and that you applied to our school this year during the school year, how would you apply those skills to middle school?
I also want to make sure that our middle school is brought together because in middle school there can be lots of bullying and kids can feel pushed down, and I want to make sure that everybody's the same level and they can feel welcome.
Hello, my name is Wyatt. Will you lock? And this is my 5th grade defense on why I think that I should be able to go to middle school. Here's my family. How I have grown as a prepared and resilient learner. One way I feel I have grown this year as a 5th grader is I've got the highest score I've ever gotten on a math test, which was a 233 in both math and reading. This was a really big jump for me, and it shows that I'm a prepared and resilient learner because I take this medicine during the day that helps me calm down and stay focused. And so we figured something out that it works during the middle of the day, and how we figured this out was I was late for the beginning of map testing, so I took it in the afternoon, so I took my map test in the afternoon, which we saw I had a huge boost, which was my math, and then we did it with reading, and I got the exact same score, and I'm the one who planned it all out with my teacher. I said, hey, can I have this at this time? And I worked it all out. So here it is bigger. It was kind of small on the other page. As you can see, I got a 233 in mathematics and a 233 in reading. So this is something new, Google certification. Me and another student, Graham Botner, were chosen to be the first ever from Dunn Elementary to get Google certified. Now, we won't actually get Google certified until the year 2020 because they haven't released the test yet to get Google certified. We're just the ones who are testing it out for them to see how it goes with kids. And so far, it's been really fun. For kids, it's called Applied Digital Skills. What we're doing now is we learn a lot about all the different Google apps like Forms, Google Slides, Google Docs, and right now we're creating a whole story about on Google Slides. Oh yeah, and that will give us a really big boost in the future to know more about that. So some of my achievements, this shows I'm an effective communicator because I made a poem in the Reflections contest, which you may have heard of, and I won first place for my poem. It was it was called Heroes Around Us, and it was about how a person defines a hero, how they're superheroes, like veterans, normal day heroes, and how I said I defined it was a veteran. Because it's really important to me for my family, because my great-grandfather was a veteran, my grandfather was a veteran, and my mom works at the VA, which is a veterans hospital. So my mini robot's protective collaborator and emerging innovator. So over the years at Dunn, I have made many achievements, but this is one of the ones I'm more proud of. I have competed in the VEX Robotics tournament twice, and VEX is a worldwide robotics association where they have mini tournaments every year, but then they have one big tournament, which was this one. I competed in it last year and this year. Last year, since it was our first time, we got 35th place out of 50, which wasn't too bad for us. And this year, I know a lot about robotics, and that was my team, and we placed 21st place, which was one away from going to regionals. And we also made a cubelet device in STEM, which is a robot. They're made of these cubes. They snap together with magnets, and they move, they light up, they spin. And my group was actually the first group to get the Bluetooth cubelet to work. And this was my group.
Hi, I'm Wyatt. I'm Jefferson. I'm wait, guys. What is that?
We kind of acted like it was alive, and we wanted to show what it's like. So as you can see, it can move. We're controlling it from an iPad right now, and it can spin and light up.
We're good actors. Yep. That's our robot. Jackson,
So
turn it off. That is our robot for the amusement park ride. The problem is, it does sometimes go rogue. Wait, no, come on. Okay. Enough with the acting. Okay, so this out of Cubanix. And so what it does is, you know that ride in Disney World, the Buzz Lightyear ride, where you shoot the little monsters that pop up? Instead of little laser.
And yeah, we made just that, and we all thought it was a good idea, and we really liked building it together. So, BizTown Mayor, globally and culturally competent and compassion. So, BizTown it's J BizTown, it's Junior Achievement, where we go there for a day and we act out what it would be like to have real jobs. And I was in the running for mayor, and I got elected, and here was my mayoral speech to get elected.
Wyatt, and I am running for the BizTown Mayor. You all may know me, you may have seen my posters hanging out in the hall.
I had actually just found out that day that I was in the running, and I hung up my posters that morning, and I had some really great support from my friends, Jackson Cravens and Ethan Kick. They helped me. And it shows that I was compassionate because my whole campaign was based around compassion, because I talked about how I know that listening to other people is better than just listening to yourself sometimes. And yeah, and that was my speech for the thing. And I got elected. So it shows that I'm compassionate because, one, lots of people listened and they made tons of suggestions during the day about the laws, the rules. And two, it shows that I'm globally and culturally competent citizen because I was mayor for a day, which is like a worldwide thing, being mayor, a king, a queen, or president. So I was feeling strongly for that. So, globally and culturally competent citizen. This is a piece we did. Back to. So, globally and culturally competent citizen. We last year did a whole project on urban planning and urban sprawl. And mine, I made a community called Greenest, which from the name you can tell it's a completely green community. And if you could click on the link. So, describe the most likely audience for your community, families, process of calculations. My process was I had to figure out the calculations for water. It was a beachside community. The main water source is the ocean. We only use nature, and the main power source is the sun. And for example, outdoorsy, sustainable, lots of families, and here's my advertisement. Welcome to Greenistan. Help the environment and come live here. Our water source is the ocean, and all our energy comes from the sun. So, my awesome teachers. These are some of the teachers that I've had this year, and one in the past, and one all through the time I've been going to Dunn. So Miss Dunn, who has really helped me boost my self-confidence in a lot of ways. Miss Ludwig, who's opened my eyes to social studies. I never really liked it until this year. Miss Black, who's taught me so much about Greek roots and all sorts of stuff. And Miss Watkins, who's a great teacher and friend to me. I've known her since first grade. And Miss Harper, my quick recall teacher, who not only pushes me to be a better learner, but also a better person too. Thank you for your time. I am middle school ready. Any questions?
When you think about being the mayor, what do you think was the most important thing you learned that day?
Probably that it was really hard knowing that I had to beat 2 people out to be mayor, and I didn't want them to feel bad. One of them was a girl named Evie Robinson, and the other was Stephen Moon, and they ran against me, and I won. And from that experience, I learned that sometimes you have to make sacrifices.